Do you know that bleach business is one of the most lucrative and is very easy to make? In fact, you don't need much to make bleach. 3 ingredients is enough. Now that reminds me, please, who invented the idea of producing bleach with sodium sulfate and hexapone? I want to know the chemistry behind it. Now join me, let's produce bleach.
Welcome to the naturally gifty vibe, trainer of thousands of smart entrepreneurs across the globe. From learning to create quality cleaning products, to building your brand, growing your business, and living your best DIY lifestyle. This is your calm corner for skills, beauty, health, and income. Welcome to the naturally gifty vibe.
Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we'll be learning how to make bleach, also known as fabric whitener. And to make this, here are all the requirements. We'll start by measuring out all the required ingredients, and after that, we'll go ahead and dissolve them one after the other. The first ingredient you need is soda ash, also known as sodium carbonate. Now take note, before starting off with the production, make sure to measure all the required ingredients, including the water, and keep them very close to you, so that whenever you need water, you can just take from the one you already measured out. It's very important. This is to avoid mistakes. Now for the soda ash, I'll be using 1.5 liters of water to dissolve the soda ash. Now when it comes to dissolving chemical, it's important to know that you don't just pour chemical into water and leave it to dissolve on its own. It's important to stir until it's completely dissolved, then you can leave it. Please don't just pour your chemical into water and allow it to dissolve on its own. If not, it's not going to dissolve. Always take note of that. Now, after dissolving the soda ash, the next ingredient I have here is caustic soda, also known as sodium hydroxide. Now, all you have to do is to repeat the same process. Pour your caustic soda into water, stir properly to dissolve, and after that, you can set it aside and move on to the next. Now, between these two solutions, being the caustic soda solution and the soda ash solution, the caustic soda is usually very hot. Once you pour caustic soda into water, there will be a chemical reaction that will force it to heat up, like it will be extremely hot. So be very careful. And the soda ash is actually going to get hot, but not as hot as the caustic soda solution, which is called lye solution. So take note, and you need to mark these two solutions so that when it's time to add, you know when is the right time to add each of them. So that's it. Now after dissolving the caustic soda, all you have to do is to set it aside and then move on to the main production. Now I'm producing 30 liters of bleach, so I'll need a very big bowl. So get a big bowl if you're producing 30 liters, and then go in with 2 liters of water, and after that add 1250 grams of chlorine, and then mix it well. Now when you add your chlorine, stir to mix, and after mixing for like a minute or two, pour your soda ash solution. Now it's important to pour this soda ash solution now, and if you notice, I did not start by adding too much water in the chlorine. Now this will actually help to activate your chlorine, and also it will help your chlorine to be very effective. Now when you pour the soda ash, you will notice the change. You notice some chemical reaction. The chlorine will start looking like gari, or it start looking like fiber. Yes. Now just take a look at this. Now this is why you need to pour the soda ash first. Now when you do this, the heat from the soda ash will help to soak the bleach. Now that way you can easily dissolve it, and it can easily infuse into the large water when you add it. So you're going to stir it, and after stirring for like 2 minutes, you're going to leave it for 5 minutes and then come back to mix it up well. Now you can see when you come back for the second one, it will be very easy to mix, and by the time you mix it well, it will become very smooth, just like cream, and that's exactly what you want. Pay attention. Now I want you to pay close attention to this part. It's very important. When making your bleach, it's important to know which type of bleach you're producing, or the type of chlorine you're using for your production, because this will determine the type of ingredients or the type of formula that you're meant to use for your production. The common bleach is sodium hypochlorite bleach, which is mostly used for laundry to remove stain and sometimes used for disinfectant. And then we have the calcium hypochlorite, which is mostly used to clean pool and to also wash tank, which is the one we use for water storage. And we also have hydrogen peroxide bleach, which is also used for laundry. And we have sodium percarbonate bleach, is also used for laundry. We have sodium dioxide bleach, and this particular one is for industrial use only. Now before I proceed, take a look at this. This is after dissolving this. You can see how smooth it turned out. So at this point, everything is properly dissolved. You can then go ahead and add the remaining water. Now moving on. Now what we're making is a chlorine based bleach and is highly reactive. This chlorine-based bleach has this yellow or green halogen gas, and it has this pungent bleach odor and is a powerful disinfectant. That's mostly what we have here in Africa, which is what most people use to produce their bleach, which you can use it to produce the normal bleach for washing of fabric, toilet, stain removal, and the rest. So that's it. And we also have hypochlorite, which in the hypochlorite we have sodium hypochlorite and we have calcium hypochlorite, which is also used to produce bleach, just that those are mild, so they are very safe to handle. But if you're going for this chlorine, which is more reactive, you have to be very careful and also know the type of formula you're using for it. You can't necessarily add any type of ingredients in order to boost effectiveness. Now before I proceed, after mixing this properly, I added the caustic soda solution, which is serving as a stabilizing agent. Now when you're making your bleach, you don't really need too much ingredients. Adding the chlorine and sodium hydroxide, which is caustic soda, is enough. You don't even need to add soda ash. In fact, even when you add too much soda ash, it can actually reduce the effectiveness of your bleach. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that adding soda ash is entirely bad, but if you add too much of it, it's going to reduce the cleaning effect of your bleach. In fact, it's going to make your bleach to look cloudy. So always know the right amount to add, or you can just do without adding soda ash. Now the main purpose of adding caustic soda and soda ash is to increase the bleach pH, because it needs to stay high between 11 to 13. When the pH is low, it causes chlorine gas risk, and when the pH is high, it gives you a stable bleach. And you can actually achieve this with just caustic soda, because caustic soda have a high pH of 13 and 14, and that can give you a stable bleach. All you have to do is to increase the measurement. Now I don't know who brought this idea of adding HCl to bleach. Please avoid doing that. It's very dangerous. When you add HCl to chlorine, it will turn the chlorine to chlorine gas, and that can cause a lot of health issues, including cancer. It can cause you breath injury, lungs injury, eye injury, and it is not safe for use. Touching it with your hands is even dangerous, so please avoid that formula. Now after making your bleach, cover it and leave it to sit for 24 hours to 48 hours. Now while you're leaving this to sit for 24 hours or 48 hours, you can stir it. Let's say after 6 hours, go back and stir, and then after another 6 hours, you can stir again, and then allow it to sit for 24 hours. I usually allow it to sit for 48 hours, and it's to make sure that it comes out very strong and powerful or effective. Now once your bleach is ready, go on and strain it. You can use a cheesecloth or you can strain it direct, but I'll tell you this: if you're making your bleach for commercial purpose, just go on and strain it with a cheesecloth. It's very important because it will help your bleach to come out very clean, and that's how it should be for commercial purpose. But please, whilst training, make sure you're very careful. If not, you're going to waste a lot of time doing this. Just carefully strain this. Now when you strain the first one out, kindly switch to another bowl. This will help you to achieve a very clear bleach. Now you're going to see this. After straining, you will notice that the first one is looking clearer than the second one, the second one is looking a bit cloudy, although you can still allow it to sit for like 2 hours before packaging. So if you have the time after straining, you can just leave the two to sit for 2 hours before packaging. But if you don't have the time, just make sure to sieve and then switch to another bowl so that the first one will look very clear. Now after straining, this is what we have here. I have about 4 liters remaining, so I'm just going to mix it well and then add extra water. Now adding this water is totally optional. You can just wait for it to settle and then you can just gently strain out, but there's no way you strain out all the remaining 4 liters. No, there is no way. So you can either get 3 liters out of it and then the remaining 1 liter will just go. So what I usually do is to add extra water and then I'll mix it properly and allow it to sit for another 48 hours. Now this will help you make more profit. Trust me when I tell you, it's still going to be very effective, so don't really worry about it. So all you have to do is add extra water, mix well, and then cover and allow it to sit for 48 hours and then go ahead and strain it. Now, I remember I told you in one of my videos that there is profit in bleach business, and this is what I mean. Imagine adding extra 5 liters of water and you're still going to make profit out of it. So that's it. It is very profitable. So just cover it and allow it to sit for 48 hours. Now, this is the one we strained out. You can go ahead and package, or you can just allow it to sit for 2 hours and then go on and package. Now can you see how clear the first one is looking? Can you see how clear it turned out? And honestly, this is super effective. I'm going to try it just to show you the effectiveness of this bleach. Now listen, when making bleach, you don't need to add too much ingredients. Sometimes I see things like sodium sulfate, hexapone, and some people will tell you, I want to learn how to make thick bleach. What is thick bleach? Now, judging from these big brands, have you ever bought any bleach or hypo and it's looking thick? There is no such thing as thick bleach. If you're adding hexapone and sodium sulfate to make your bleach thick, you're just wasting your time. Because why are you adding sodium sulfate? Why are you adding hexapone? What exactly is it supposed to do in your bleach? Like, are you making liquid soap? Why does it have to be thick? What you need is an effective bleach. The moment you drop it on any place that there is stain, it can easily remove the stain. You don't need thick bleach. You don't need foaming agents to produce your bleach. Because before you use your bleach, you need to dilute it. Some people even soak their clothes overnight or for some time before washing. So adding foaming agent and thickening agent is really not necessary to me. Like I said, take a look at the big brands you have out there. Their bleach is always in the light consistency. You can't find any thick bleach out there unless it's just all this locally made bleach that most people end up adding a lot of things to thicken it, and it ends up not being effective. So I had to try it on this towel. You can see it cleaned it very well. You can see how sparkling, and that's to tell you how effective it turned out. So you don't necessarily need to add too much ingredients in your bleach. So that's it. Now at this point, I'm just going to transfer it into a keg. Now I told you that I made this for someone, so I'm just going to package it and then deliver it to them. So that's it. Now after producing your bleach, it's time to package. You can package it in a 1 liter gallon. You can package it in 5 liters, anyhow you want to. I made this 25 liters for someone, so I'm going to supply it. So that's it, friend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Gift and I'm super excited to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to watch my next video. And at the end of this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and don't also forget to share this video with your friends. And now to my beautiful, wonderful, and amazing gift team. Thank you for being here. God bless you. So friend, I'll see you on my next video. But before then, stay blessed and keep loving one another. Bye, friend.